I liked her curly hair. So just how pretty she was, all dressed up for our first date. And I know we were both nervous and excited, and I don't want to say it wasn't that it was slow, but it was nice and easy and fluid, and we just started going out and just got to know each other, and it was all perfect, and we just got along, and just everything was smooth and easy, and just very comfortable. I planned ahead of time for it, and I knew what type of ring I wanted, something that would be more special, more for Natalia, and be special to her and her likes and interests. And she had commented she liked some of the blue sapphire stones, which is our birthstone, and so I wanted to get something for that for her, make it special, just for her. Oh my God, this weekend is finally here. It seemed like it's planned over a year and a half ago and been engaged for 2 years, and it's finally here and happening, and I'm like very happy it's finally here and it's done, and to marry the love of my life. The future should be, like we've already been talking about, possible, definitely get a bigger place, maybe a kid in the future, or whether we adopt or have our own, and just planning on having a great life and hopefully sharing it, and maybe even a kid one day. I can read her and I know her, and I always enjoy seeing her looks on her face, and you know, and she hates it when I see her look, so it's always fun to get her and or surprise her with, like, just bring home flowers or making her breakfast, and just see how she's excited about just the little things I do, and just being there together and making each other laugh and crazy and typical husband and wife stuff. And just Natalia, I just love you with all my heart, and glad we're going to finally get married and be together forever. She knows how much I love her.
We met on Match.com when I swore I would never do it again because I'd had horrible luck. But I said, somebody talked me into it, and he said, what the hell, this is the last time I'm going to do it. Wow. And we met on Match and chatted, and we went out to dinner. That's how it started.
How did you feel when you first saw him?
Tell you the truth.
Please.
Well, I knew on our first date. And I didn't tell him for about 3 years because I didn't want to scare him off. But I knew, because I have a cardinal rule, no cell phones during dinner. The date was going perfectly, and he's heard this story, but it was magic. And then he pulls his phone out. I'm like, Lord, this date is going perfectly. What the hell are you doing putting your damn phone out? So he's on his phone, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And then he starts showing me pictures of his little nephew Wyatt and his family. And in that moment I said, this is a family man. I'm like, this is the one. This is the guy I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Oh, and I never shared this with him. This morning I ran into my in-laws at breakfast, and we started talking about when I met the in-laws for the first time. And I was scared to meet my in-laws because I wasn't Jewish. And it wasn't fair, because most people only see my perspective, like, oh, they should give the girl a chance. But I made a really bad assumption of the in-laws that they weren't going to like me because I wasn't Jewish. That was not fair of me. The other side of the coin is not giving them a chance to get to know me. So we were talking at breakfast, and this morning they said to me, Ben had never brought a girl home till me. And they said after I left, that my in-laws said to each other, she's the one. After only having dinner at their house once, I said to my in-laws, are you serious? And my father-in-law never told me this. He just nodded his head and he said, we knew you were the one. I was like, wow. And then the best man's wife came over later. She said, we knew too. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh no, we saw how you got along. She's like, the best man's wife said, oh, we knew too. Tony and I knew. I'm like, oh my gosh, there had to have been something about us that we didn't even see that everybody else saw. It's pretty cool.
Sweet, sweet baby, I said me.
Wow. Looks beautiful. Welcome.
You don't look so bad yourself, handsome.
Hey. I love you. That's beautiful. That's great.
Crazy when I think of you. So crazy when I think.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Glad you went strapless. Glad you went strapless.
Thank Paige.
I will. Went towards Michael.
Beautiful. I want to say congratulations in moments. How are you feeling, Natalia?
Excited?
Good.
Good for you. You look beautiful.
Yes, she does. You look very beautiful too.
All the things you are to me, darling, you have set me free. I'll always give you what you need and what you deserve. All the joy and all this love, I know that it is from above. And now together there's enough to fill this world. 'Cause you are the love of my life. You are the love of my life. And now we're man and wife. All the things that you do,
Good.
and I'm standing next to you. Darling,
Look at this way. At least you're not 45 minutes late.
Exactly. Gorgeous.
You're mean.
I've heard somebody was 45 minutes late.
I was talking about you.
She was 45 minutes late.
That's it.
Where are the girls' bouquets?
This guy this morning had to make a look
Oh, they're
pretty.
oh, my mom
See,
has.
Joe,
one,
I
and also
can't
my
turn it
sister
off. Where are the
does.
girls' bouquets?
She is a detail kind of girl.
Just today. I'm normally not like this, am I?
Thank you.
Oh, flower girl, pretend like you're holding a basket. Perfect. Beautiful.
Love you, Natalia. Look good.
Is he not in? Stop. Stop.
Don't worry.
Look at that.
Look at me. Gorgeous. Tuck your shirt. Tuck your.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I knew you were gonna say that. Don't get lipstick on me. I don't plan on it.
Kiss her.
Don't get makeup on me. Everyone else I'm cool with.
Always hurt the one she
I'm so
loves.
mean to my little sister. Don't get makeup on me.
Awesome. Hold it. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
So welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Lily Goodman-Freitas, and I'm here on this beautiful evening to join Natalia and Ben in this most welcomed marriage. So each of you has been invited here because you bring a richness into Ben and Natalia's lives, and I know they're grateful that you're all here for your friendship and your support throughout their lives, and for finding your way from near and far to be here with them today. Now, each of us comes to important moments like this with the love and support of people who have helped shape us and prepare us for love. And so now some would say that this match was made in heaven, and though it was made by a Cupid online, we also acknowledge Natalia's mother may have had a hand in this from the other side. And she may be smiling this day. We would like to take this moment to honor Natalia's mother, Geraldine, and all those people who are no longer with us, who have touched Ben and Natalia's lives and brought them to this moment. Thank you.
You'll be fine.
I'd like to share a reading by Maya Angelou called Touched by an Angel. We, unaccustomed to courage exiles from delight, live coiled in shells of loneliness until love leaves its high holy temple and comes into our sight to liberate us into life. Love arrives, and on its train come ecstasies, old memories of pleasure, ancient histories of pain. Yet if we were bold, love strikes away all the chains of fear from our souls. We are weaned from our timidity. In the flush of love's light, we dare to be brave. And suddenly, we see that love costs all that we are and all that we will ever be, yet it's only love that sets us free. And so we're gathered here as family and as friends to celebrate this marriage for Natalia and Ben. Each of you who is here has a special connection or close relationship with one of them. So as we witness this passage through each of you brings to this moment your unique feelings and wishes for the couple. They come here today having chosen each other as partners in marriage to share in life's journey, choosing to sanctify their relationship and begin their marriage with their closest family and friends gathered round them. And you have all given them so much. So we are so glad that you are a part of the joy that they share today. I ask that all of us hold a sacred and joyful space for them to experience an even greater blessing as they unite tonight in marriage. And so let's just take a moment and come present in this beautiful place. And as you do that, open your hearts and your minds to the beauty that is here with us and that surrounds us as we celebrate today. And we ask that the spirit of love and friendship be heightened in our midst. And may Ben and Natalia experience a depth of love so that the words that they say and the feelings that transform them in this moment and the dreams that they dream can be lived out in their married lives from this day forward. And so thank you. This portion of the ceremony we dedicate to family. Out of two distinct families, Natalia and Ben have come together to learn the best of what life has to offer. Today they merge their individual lives, their different families, to join together as one family. And so they want to extend their deepest thanks to their parents for having raised them. You have instilled in Ben and Natalia strong values, love, and kindness, and they thank you for your continued encouragement and support. So thank you and bless you. And Ben and Natalia also want to acknowledge everyone who's here, your dear friends, your family. You have supported them both in so many ways. So thank you for your love, for your good humor, and for your support. I invite all of you to consider that you have a privilege here today, and that is of reminding them of what they promised, particularly in those inevitable times of doubt or misunderstanding that arise in a marriage. Your support today and in the days to come will remind them of their loving commitment to each other. And so the two of you have resolved to love each other as you are now, and you are ready to submit yourself to the test of marriage, to resolve to continue to love one another in the face of change and growth. And so I wish to make some remarks about marriage to the two of you, to everybody, because our presence at a wedding really allows us to reflect upon the meanings and the nature of love and marriage. Now, marriage is the ultimate commitment, and it challenging us as human beings to become all that we are meant to be. As you join in marriage today, Ben and Natalia, you are announcing to the world that you are up for that challenge. Now, although Ben and Natalia come from different backgrounds and they work different hours in different professions, they share a deep bond together. They have the maturity to know that their marriage will, and as Natalia's mother used to say, be like a plant that needs to be watered daily in order to thrive and grow. They bring strength to their marriage. They've made communication a priority. And they have the courage to tell each other the truth. They give each other the freedom and space to be themselves completely and fully. And they love just sharing the ordinariness of their lives together. Be it playing with snowball, watching sports, or going to the city or out in nature, or sharing wonderful food together. Natalia, Ben is touched and inspired by your loving spirit. He loves sharing his life with you, and he takes delight in the way that you get excited over the little things. It brings a smile to his face to watch you light up, and it just brightens his day. And Ben, Natalia respects your strength and that you stand up for what you believe. Coupled with this, you have this big, beautiful heart, and she appreciates how supportive you are and that you are truly an equal partner and help her in every way. She is inspired by how hardworking you are. So in the spirit of this day, when you marry, I want to offer you words of encouragement. Ben and Natalia, today is a day where the magic of your love touches all of us here, for it's love that has brought you together, and it's love that will keep you whole. Love gives you joy. So remember to choose to love. Choose loving every day and share it with your spouse. Remember to share what is in your heart with each other. In doing this, you will experience beauty and fulfillment and honesty. So remember that the sacredness and celebration of this day is just one day, but it can continue throughout the years, and know that all of us here support you in this choice you are making today. So may your hearts and your bodies and minds and souls be joined together in strength, in tenderness, in fidelity from this day forward. And so, Ben, I have a question for you. I want to invite you to look into Natalia's eyes. Do you choose this woman whose hands you hold to be your wedded wife, to share your life with her? And do you pledge that you will love, honor, and care for her in tenderness and affection through all circumstances of your lives?
I do.
And Natalia, do you choose this man whose hands you hold to be your husband? And do you pledge that you will love, honor, and care for him in tenderness and affection through all circumstances of your lives.
I do.
So the exchange of your vows is your offering. It's an offering of support and commitment. The vows serve as guiding principles in your life, and they are a foundation for your future that is both solid and sacred. So remember that the giving of your word carries with it both a great promise and a great responsibility for the love that will unfold throughout your years together. So Ben, are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
Natalia, today, not only am I marrying you, I am marrying my best friend, my better half. I wake up thinking of you, I go to bed thinking of you, and I know how lucky I am to be with you. I love your laugh, your smile, and how you get excited over all the little things in life. As your husband, I promise to always make you smile, make you happy, and always let you hug up all the blanket at night. I love you.
Okay. You ready? Ready or not?
Oh dear. I have a little more to say. A little more, but here goes. All right. When we first met, my mom had recently passed, and I was not in a good place. The absolute last thing on my mind was finding love. I had never known a true healthy love till I met you. You were the ray of light that lit up that dark place, a breath of fresh air. I never imagined a love so true and amazing, intense and giving, and for the first time that went both ways. You inspire me to become a better person each day, and have made me happier than I ever imagined possible. There are so many things I love about you, but we have to condense a little. But there's a lot. The way you bring me fresh coffee to my bed in the morning on tough mornings, because you know I'm not a morning person. The healthy breakfast you make me before work, because you know I have a very intense job, but you do it for me anyway. You always know when I need to be fed, hydrated, and most importantly, caffeinated, without me saying a word. You open doors and get flowers. You're a gentleman. Just 'cause. Get the flowers. No occasion necessary. I love coming home on Saturdays after work to fresh summer sweet strawberries from the farmer's market when I couldn't go get them in the morning. They're delicious. And yes, that chicken marsala finally. Keep it coming for years. Don't ever stop making the marsala. It is incredible how in sync we are sometimes. On at least 3 separate occasions, in the car, while I was doing dishes, in the kitchen, or on a Sunday morning making coffee right before I went to water the plants, I have a song in my head. And how the hell you go to my phone and play it before I have a chance to get to it is beyond me. Out of the 800 songs on the phone, how do you know the one in my head? Are you serious? It's just spooky, guys. Now, promises we make here are just words spoken. It is our actions that truly matter and show how much we love each other. And all of those actions show me how much your love. As for me, I will always love you and support you in all you do. I will always be there for you no matter how hard it gets. I will never give up on us as we are a team. I will always respect you and communicate with you, and we never go up to bed upset. This is what I will do for us. Now, I will try to be more punctual and organized. I did say try. As we love to say in our household, no, try not. Do or do not. There is no try, but I will do my hardest. This is what I will do for us. Despite everything I went through before I met you, I knew you were out there and I knew we would find each other. And I would go through it all over again, all the hard times, over and over, if each time it led me back to you. You were worth the wait. In this lifetime and any other lifetime or universe, you are the only one for me now and forever. I will always love you. Okay. Done.
So may I have the rings?
I hope so.
Okay. Excuse me.
So, let your rings serve to remind you that wherever you go, you may always return to each other in your togetherness. So may these rings on your fingers symbolize the depth of love that you carry in your hearts. So Ben, as you place this ring on Natalia's finger, repeat after me. Natalia, I give you this ring.
Natalia, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of our vows.
As a symbol of our vows.
With all that I am and all that I have.
With all that I am and with all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
And you're half married.
Only half.
As you place this ring on Ben's finger, repeat after me. Ben, I give you this ring.
Ben, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of our vows.
As a symbol of our vows.
With all that I am and all that I have.
With all that I am and all that I have.
I honor you.
I honor you.
Okay. So today we have witnessed the gathering light of two families, and so in a moment Natalia and Ben will participate in a candle ceremony to symbolize the common light they share, the joining of their two lives in cohesiveness. So may the radiance of this one light be a testament to your unity, and may your candle burn brightly as symbols of your commitment to each other. May it give you courage and strength in dark times and warmth and safety in the cold, and may the energy of light always fill your hearts with love and joy. And so, my friends, we have witnessed this ceremony of marriage. We know that what was done here today did not start here today, but has been truly growing in their hearts. Please join me in a closing blessing. Natalia and Ben, on this day, your wedding day, we ask that the love that you share give you strength. And may the dreams that you share give you hope. May the beliefs that you share give you peace. And may you continue to grow together, and that your love deepen in the passing years. Wherever you are in your journey through life, may you always find your way home to one another in your hearts. And so in a moment, after I pronounce that Ben and Natalia are husband and wife, Ben will break the glass. The crushing of the glass is a Jewish custom that suggests many things. It indicates that marriage is a transforming and irrevocable experience. It leaves the couple changed forever, and it represents a new future, a clean break with the past. The breaking of the glass is a symbolic act, and it's done in the hope that through love, marriage will help shatter barriers between people of different religions and cultures. Ben and Natalia, may your bond be as difficult to break as it would be to put all the pieces of the glass back together. So, by the love that has brought you together, and the vows you've exchanged, and through the integrity of your commitment, and in the presence of these witnesses here, it is my pleasure and honor to pronounce that you are husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
We'll hold for a little bit.
Kiss me. Yes, it's finally over.
We did it.
Yeah,
Welcoming Mr. and Mrs. Golden.
I feel like we should take a vow.
Slow down.
Oh, take the flowers.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use
We did it,
Yeah, it's
baby.
finally over.
Far, far from bay. Come fly
Why does it feel weird to have the cameras on us? Feels weird to have the cameras on us.
I refuse to find out.
Fly with me, fly.
Congratulations!
Thank you, thank you.
in love.
Tell me better hurry up and get me a drink now.
Is food for you. Come fly with me. Let's take off the blues. Once I get you up there where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly. Start. Once I get you, I'll be
You're the man. Good job.
We'll be doing cocktail hour for another about 45 minutes or so. A big round of applause for the best man, Tony, everybody.
How y'all doing tonight? Like I gotta ask. I had to write this down because this brain ain't working, so bear with me. So for those of you that don't know, yes, the Goldens have a black son. So I'm gonna take you back to 1995. 1995, little school called George Washington High School. I met a fellow pop culture nerd who, like me, was bored to tears in math class. And, and little did I know I was meeting my brother for the first time. You know, he was we were a couple of misfits, but it was nice to meet someone who spoke the same language, even though one of us spoke Klingon. But you know, it was one of those things that made me say, "Hey, you know, it's nice to know I'm not alone in the universe." You know? It was crazy how the transgression from. Okay, sorry about that. I'm all way down here. You know, the sad part is I'm a singer too. I should know that, right? So I mean, the transition went pretty quick. I didn't know during that time I was meeting my brother. You know, his family became my family. His parents became my parents. And his brother became my brother. And you know, this was evidence because when I used to come over to their house, I used to eat the chocolates off the table, and Pop would come in the house and he knew I was there because the chocolates were all gone. And even my own parents, I wish they were here right now, but they never asked me, you know, how's your friend Ben doing? How's your brother? You know, they call him son, he calls them mom and dad, so it was pretty awesome. But the one thing that always astounded me was, you know, I saw him for this great guy he was, but it seemed like no woman would see him for what I saw him to be. And, you know, he's big heart, great sense of humor. Hey, he can cook. You know, you know, this dude would invite us over to bring me to his house. He's like, I'm going to make you a snack. Snack was like an oriental chicken dish with a side of something, you know, French. And then, you know, flash forward a few years, he suddenly comes to me and he's like walking on air, you know, all of a sudden. And I mean, like, truly walking on air. He looked like a Goodyear blimp flying around Levi Stadium. And he had this name, Natalia, coming out of his mouth. So, you know, heard the name once, heard the name twice, heard the name 10 times. I'm like, awesome, this might be the one, you know. And it's easy to see why that name was coming out of his mouth a lot, you know. She fills his empty heart, and She's the sunlight in his world and the artist that has drawn a permanent smile on his face. He hasn't stopped smiling since he got with her. I haven't seen this dude mad ever since, and she understands his quirks, they feed off each other real well. And hey, she's usurped my throne as the best friend. And you know what? I happily give it up. I happily give it up. It's great. 25 years ago, almost 27 years ago, I met my best friend, who turned into my brother. Because of him being the great guy he is, I got to meet my sister. So I'd like everybody to raise a glass and congratulations to my brother and sister, Natalia and Ben, and I hope you guys have as many great years of marriage that me and my own wife have. God bless you. Thanks, man. Here.
How about a big round of applause for the best man, Tony, everybody? So next up, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for the maid of honor, Miss Virginia Hamilton, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't really get to prepare. I didn't have anything on my notes there. But we have a very similar theme, which is the families coming together. And I have known Natalia, sorry.
It's a compliment.
Yeah. I have known Natalia for 24 years, which is the approximate age of my daughter. Her mother was my daughter and my son's nanny for their whole lives till she passed away. And we love her dearly and miss her dearly. I was married in this venue 8 years ago, and as is the tradition, the groom throws what's the thing, and the bride throws the bouquet. And in the last 8 years, I've been to 2 weddings, and the first one was my stepson, who caught the garter, and Natalia, who caught the bouquet. That happened here, right over there, 8 years ago. And those are the only 2 weddings I've been to in 8 years. And in both cases, those individuals did not have their mothers with them at their wedding. And I am sort of the surrogate mother in both cases. And in both cases, I felt those mothers sitting with me. One I didn't know at all, who decided to just take my body and watch her son get married. And the one who I love, I'm more indebted to her mother than any soul on this planet. And she was clearly in me at this wedding tonight. She was here. She would say to you, water the plant, which I think is one of the best advices that you would give a married couple. You water the plant. Every day you look at that person you married and you just say, I love you today. And this is why. Because you were here for me. And the other thing are the Goldens. Erasmo. He and Geraldine had a beautiful marriage where they watered the plant. And you two have a beautiful marriage where you watered the plant for years and years and years. She has a father, she has an additional father, and she has a wonderful new mother over there, Mrs. Golden, who's willing to take that on. And then all of us who've been hanging out with you all this time love you forever. So, love the Roki family, love the Golden family. Let's bring it all together We're going to water a lot of plants and drink a lot of wine. All right. Love you all. Congratulations.
We have many things in common with Ben because we love sports, you know? And so with his father that we go together sometimes to games for the 49ers, even if they lost, you know? But we are there. I am so happy that my daughter today had to get married. She's the last one. But in the Spanish tradition, most people say that when your daughter gets married, you are losing her. But to me, when my daughter is getting married today, why am I losing her? I am winning a son. Huh? And that's the way I felt. So it is, appreciate very much the Golden family for the way that they treat my daughter before this wedding come out. So it's the only thing I want to tell you to finish. Thanks to God for giving me the happiness that my daughter and Ben are going to have a very, very good life together forever and ever. Thank you so much.
It's a night like this I'm reminded on my wedding day when my mother said to me, "Son, you're an adult, you're a married man, but you'll always be my little boy." So first of all, I would like to raise a toast to Rasma. And thank you for allowing my son to marry your daughter. And from now on, those sporting games will be wins, not losses. Except for today, yeah. I'm going to exercise my parental right and embarrass the hell out of you. Yeah, I am. This is what you get for not letting me wear my hat. So this is payback. You may or may not know that when Ben was a little boy, he had some hearing issues. He had water on the ears. And there's times when we didn't understand what the hell you were saying. And it was only because you were with Joe all day. We had to turn to Joe and say, "What did he say?" But it never deterred you. And when you got into elementary school and you were taking, classes and all that, it never stopped you in anything. And I remember there was a teacher there was a pillar, a supporting beam in the middle of the room, and she had put Ben behind that pillar. And Ben had asked to sit up in front. Now, most students would want to hide in the back of the room, not Ben. He wanted to be in the front. He wanted to hear the teacher. He wanted to learn. He wanted to be able to do things. And I remember we had a meeting with the teacher and the principal, and they were like wondering why we were upset and why we were pushing, and Ben was pushing, and I said, "This boy wants to learn, and you're not dealing with it. You're not dealing with the issue." And so she said, "What do you want from Ben?" And I said, "And what do you want from us?" And I said, "I want you guys to teach Ben the 3 R's, reading, writing, arithmetic. My son Ben will take it from there. He has always known what he wanted to do. When he got older and he told us, we told him, well, do you want to go to City College for the hotel restaurant program, or do you want to go to one of the other restaurants?" He said, "No, this is the place I want to be." He knew what he wanted. He always knew what he wanted, and he didn't. He was never deterred. And the resume of places that you've worked at are top-notch, is testament to it. I would only hope that that teacher would look up from hell from where she is. I wish I could convey my feelings, but I can't. And see the man that you have become. To my new daughter. We had breakfast this morning, and I said to you, the first time you came to our house for Passover Seder, and after you guys had left, and I turned to Gail and I said, she's the one. And I have a great admiration for you. You know, Ben's schedule at work is not the greatest. I mean, what do you say to somebody when you're working like 3 in the afternoon to 11? Well, do you want to have breakfast in the morning? You want to go to a matinee? I mean, it takes a special person to work at the relationship and make it work. So, all we can say is we love you both very much, and we wish you the best. And on today, Gail and my 44th anniversary of our marriage, on the Hebrew day, that you got married on our Hebrew anniversary. I can only wish that your love last as long as ours.
I would like to remind everyone to get their cameras and their camcorders ready and join the bride and groom around the dance floor because they're about to do their very special first date.
We are?
Shall
you do it again?
Now, wait, Ben, would you please escort Natalia to her father, please?
Right here,
great job.
Sweet.
Is this all the single ladies? Hi, single ladies. Hi, ladies. All right, girls, here we go. Natalia. Natalia. Remember, you have that chandelier right behind you, okay? All right, ladies, here we go. On the count of three, ready? 1, 2, 3. And that's right. It's a fair catch. You got it. Fair catch.
I can't believe it!
Us are lining.
No one's committing over here.
Well, mine's still not lit. We have one.
Barely.
It's not sparkling. Oh, no!
We have one.
Don't me out.
No, put it out.
Like down.
It's on fire.
Yes, please be careful. Once again, everyone is flammable.
Okay, got it.
You're there. You're there, what? No, you don't have it.
No.
Keep going all the way down.
If you like yours like halfway down, that's great.
That's my idea. This is my
Put it down here. There you go.
Watch your sparkler, please.
Okay, guys, let's go. We're going to start talking or we're going to be done.
Put your hands in the air.
Mind your stream.
This is my space.
It's okay.
Why don't you guys do a victory lap? Do a victory lap.
Recognize it.
Careful, she's a married woman.
Yeah, good. That's all I kiss is married women.
Do it again.
Babe.
Kiss your crowd.
This time,
Kiss me. Walk through.
there you go. Now you gotta go.
I just took two. I'm sorry.
There's more.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, wait.
That was like
That's
hours
right.
ago.
Yeah. Months ago. Years ago.
Give me a kiss.
All right.
Can we get pictures with us?
Mr. and Mrs. is here. They are history.
Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm,